Welcome to a new video by Stoner Academy, and in this one we'll be talking about which marketing channel you should start off with first if you're a brand new business. Now for this one I'll be talking out of experience, and I'll be talking from an article that I read that I think has a lot of value in it. So what I wanted to do is share that value with the subscribers, with the people that are just starting to watch this channel. So if you want to get more things like this, more value like this, like the channel, subscribe to the channel, do whatever, just try to get our newest videos because they're the shit. Time for our special intro that we haven't changed in a long ass time. Okay, so before I start talking about the topic in hand, I do want to tell you guys that I've not been a marketing consultant. I haven't done any quote-unquote real job as anything that has to do with marketing, but what I have done is I've worked online and I've done online marketing. Now, if you don't want to listen to what I have to say, you don't have to. You can dislike the video right now and you can just click on another video. But what I do want to tell you before you do that is that I have been doing online marketing for about 2.5 years now, and I've had made money with online marketing. Now, if you don't think my advice or anything I have to say is not valuable, you can just leave right now. But what I do want to tell you guys that if you dislike what is being said, you don't have to watch it. So check it out. What I'm going to talk about in this video is, as the title says, is which marketing channel you should start off with first. Now, I've read this article that I really liked by Neil Patel, and in that article, he's talking about how you should not go about that business when you're choosing your first marketing channel. And what he talks about is that you should have 3 questions that can really simplify the job for you. And while I'm talking about this, I have my shitty memes back in the presentation. So let's start it off right now. A lot of people make the mistake is that when they start off with their new business and when they want to pick their own channel from where they can market their stuff and promote their products, what they usually do is they make the first mistake right there, is they directly want to start and find the perfect marketing channel for them. But what's the problem here? If you just go in blindly and think about which marketing channel you should get, you're most likely going to make a mistake. So most of the times, the first question that you're going to ask yourself should not be what marketing channel should you start with. What you should ask yourself the first time is, who are your customers? What are they doing? Who are your customers mostly? Are they above the age of 18? Are they kids? Are you targeting the elderly? You should know some things about your customers before you start off. What are they working? What do they do in their life? What do they do as a hobby? So for this video, I'm going to use examples from Stoner Academy and what we're doing and some previous experiences that we have. So check it out. First, I'm going to start off with Stoner Academy. Who are your customers? Well, we, Stoner Academy, are targeting customers that are around the age of 20. And still, we don't mind if people that are above that age watch it, but mostly we are targeting people from that age. And our name, Stoner Academy, is here to somewhat make it more appealing to them to check us out, because it is somewhat of a controversial name. But we don't care about that much, because we think that it can bring us some new customers that wouldn't check us out. So what we do is we target those customers through a channel that we know that have people like that on the internet, and that is YouTube. For the most part, we're using YouTube because I know when I started with SEO, I found SEO through a YouTube channel, and I started watching Source University's Alex Becker's channel through YouTube. I found them that way. What we really think is really useful for to target those 20-year-olds is doing it on Instagram. But first, what we want to do, and this is something you can do too, if you are already good in one marketing channel, you can first rise there and expand on to the other marketing channels. Because before I even started off with the idea to make it on YouTube, when we were picking one, I already had some skills with making YouTube videos. I already knew how to make them and how to make them good in a way. So what happened is I started I decided to start off with the YouTube videos because I know I was good at them. And as time goes by, what we're going to do is start expanding in Instagram and on Facebook. We are already growing on Facebook. That's what happened with Stoner Academy and with our example. Now let's talk about what was happening with, if you don't know about the Macedonian teens that helped, quote unquote, helped Trump win. What they did was they were basically picking the marketing channel, which is Facebook. What they did was they targeted the Americans because they had a high cost per click on the ads that the people were clicking. And what they did was they made fake news, and on the fake news they would have ads. And who did they want to target? Like I said, they wanted to target the Americans. And how did they find them? Through the Facebook groups related to Trump. And what they did was they shared their website there, and later on people from those groups, they went on to the websites and they were clicking on the ads, so people were making money. So what they did was they picked a marketing channel that was good for them. They picked the right marketing channel, and a lot of people started to over-abuse that. Now, if you want to learn about that, you can check out stoneracademy.com, and we teach you exactly how they did it and how you can do it with another niche and make money with it. But that's not the point of this video. What I'm trying to explain to you guys here is that what they did was they picked the right marketing channel by targeting the right people, by asking themselves the right questions. Who are your customers, or who is your target audience? And they found it really good. So the second question, which is a bit better to suggest with the Trump groups that I started talking about, is you should ask yourself, where do they hang out? And it turns out those people hanged out on those Facebook groups related to Trump. And for Stoner Academy, like I said, the 20-year-olds most likely will hang out on Instagram, but we still wanted to get started with the YouTube videos and later on expand there. Those are the two questions you should ask yourself at the start. Who are your customers? Where do they hang out? And after that, the third question you should ask yourself, at what marketing channel should you start with to reach them? And now it's time for me to give you some tips and some advice on the things that you can do. And some things that you can do is, first off, you shouldn't quit the marketing channel that you picked off too soon, because most likely it's going to take time before you get really good with that marketing channel and see some results. And I see some results and not really get any monetary equivalent for what you've been investing. And that's going to take some time. What else you can do is first master a certain marketing channel, and then later on continue to another one. And basically don't try to give up on those things too quick, because you don't know when it's going to pop off. If you're just starting off, you should really be patient when you're trying off marketing channels. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can use all of this information. I'm going to go on my screen and I'm going to show you how you can use the Facebook ads to use all of this that I've already talked about. Now what I'm going to do is not going to be anything in detail. I'm just going to show you the bare basics of what you can do when you can go to Facebook ads and use this information that I talked about right now. So check it out. Welcome to my screen, and what we're going to do now is use that information. So first thing you're going to do is create a campaign. And after you click on create a campaign, you're going to be taken to this page where you're going to click on engagement and then click on page likes. Click on continue after that. So what we're going to do on my screen is I'm going to show you guys an example, and if you find it somewhat relatable, you can use it as well. So let's say, and we're going to use this as an example, let's say you own a pet shop that sells French Bulldogs in New York. So let's ask ourselves the three questions. First off, who are our targeted audience? Who do we want our clientele to be? So that's most likely going to be people who like French Bulldogs, because we're selling French Bulldogs. Our second question is, where do they hang out? Now, for this marketing channel specifically, because the third question is which marketing channel should we pick, and I already picked Facebook, and you can pick Facebook if you have something like this. So the second question we can answer through Facebook. So let's see, where can we find our clientele or the people that we want to target on Facebook? We can find them through interests. What we're going to do now is we're going to create an ad campaign for Facebook. And if this is your first time, don't worry, I'll guide you through the basics of what you can do, and I'll explain some things so you don't end up messing something up. So check this out. First thing you're going to want to do is go to Ads Manager. And how to do that is by going to www.facebook and going to Ads. And you're going to use your profile. Before that, what you're going to want to have to do is you're going to want to have your own Facebook fan page about dogs, about French Bulldogs specifically. And what you're going to do now is you're going to go to Ads Manager. You're going to pick a specific page, and that specific page for you is going to be your French Bulldogs page. For me, it's Stoner Academy. And what we're going to do now is we're going to target our audience. So who is our audience? This is basically the first question that we want to answer. Our answer is people from New York that love French Bulldogs. So what you're going to do now is you're going to click on Create New. You're going to select location and everyone in this location, and you're going to type in here New York. And after you type in, this is going to pop up. And what's really cool about this is you can select plus the radius of that specific location that you want other people to be included in as well. So let's say just 5 miles. We can use that. Let's just lower it. Yeah, the minimum is 10. So we're going to use 10 miles. And what we're going to do next is select the age. Now, if you are already selling French Bulldogs, you should know that, let's say, people that are above 25 usually have them. I'm just thinking right off the top. I don't know if this is true, but let's say it is true. So what we're going to do is 25 and up to, let's say, let's pick 50 years. Now for languages, the language that we are going to add in here is of course going to be English. Now as we go down, or for English, this doesn't have to be really English, it can be any other language, because we're not really interested if they don't know how to speak English. All we're interested in is if they're interested in getting themselves a French Bulldog. What next we're going to do is we're going to go to detailed targeting. And what you're going to do is here you're going to write in that interest. So what I did was I just typed in French Bulldog, and this popped up, an interest. Now this is the first interest that popped up, and it has 9 million people that are interested in getting French Bulldogs. So you can see how effective this is. You can already find people from New York that are interested in French Bulldogs. So next, what you're going to do is you're going to pick your page that you want to be featured in that ad. And the page that we're going to use is, let's say, Stoner Academy, but you're going to use French Bulldogs. And what we're going to do now is pick placement. And automatic placement, I also recommend this, because if you're just starting out, you shouldn't really mess too much with editing the placements yourselves. This is just the basics. Now, budget and scheduling. This is our daily budget. This is how much money you're willing to spend to get the thing that you want. And what we're going to be spending money on is page likes. And what's going to happen here is you're going to have this option down here which tells you when do you get charged. Are you going to get charged by impressions, or are you going to get charged by page likes? And what we're going to do is we're going to pick page likes. And as we look around right here, the maximum money we want to spend per day is $25 US. And the more you're willing to spend, the more likes you'll be able to get on your fan page. And if you get likes on your fan page from people that are from New York, most likely one of them is going to want to buy and have a return on investments. And this is how you pick if you want to run your ads starting from today. You want page likes, and this is where you run ads all the time. Next, what you can do is go to format. And here, this is where you're going to pick how do you like your ad to look like. Would you like it to be a video? Would you like it to be a cool image? And what you can do is upload a cool image. Next, what you can do is go to media. What you would like to use, what media. And down here is the text. So right here, you can write in the text, what you want to write, and things like that. That is just the gist of it. I'm not going to go in full detail about it. And that is pretty much how you do things here. So see you in the next video. I hope you find this helpful. If you did, leave a like. Till next time.